Chapter 1. Echoes of Eternity. Hatha Thoza stood on the porch of his modest suburban home. The weight of millennia settled invisibly upon his shoulders. His eyes, which had witnessed the birth and death of stars, now traced the familiar lines of his neighborhood. Trees whispered in the gentle evening breeze, their leaves casting playful shadows on the pavement. The mundane serenity of Earth, this little blue ball, had captivated him like no other spectacle in the cosmos. He stepped inside, greeted by the warmth and scent of home. Soft light spilled from the kitchen, accompanied by the hum of an old refrigerator and the faint aroma of dinner. Hatha set his briefcase down by the door, the echo of its thud a sharp contrast to the timeless silence of his true nature. He found himself smiling, the routine of human life a comforting ritual. "You're home early," came a familiar voice, filled with affection and warmth. Elara, his wife of 2 years, appeared from the kitchen, wiping her hands on a towel. Her presence was a beacon, grounding him in the present moment. "Yes, classes ended early today," Hatha replied, his voice carrying the measured tones of a high school history teacher. It was a role he had grown to love, sharing stories of the past he had witnessed firsthand, albeit from the shadows. Elara's eyes sparkled with a hint of mischief as she approached him, holding a small, intricately wrapped box. "I have a surprise for you." Curiosity piqued, Hatha took the box and carefully unwrapped it. Inside lay a simple pregnancy test, its result unmistakably positive. The realization washed over him, a surge of joy that felt new despite the eons he had lived. He pulled Elara into an embrace, their shared happiness filling the room. "We're going to have a baby," Elara whispered, her voice tinged with both excitement and nervousness. Hatha's heart swelled, yet a shadow of fear crept into his thoughts. The primordial power within him, sealed away to allow this human experience, was immense and ancient. Would it manifest in their child? The idea of a being with even a fraction of his abilities in the innocent form of a baby was both wondrous and terrifying. He gently pulled back to look into Elara's eyes. "This is incredible news," he said, his voice steady despite the turmoil within. "But there are things we need to consider." Elara's brow furrowed slightly, sensing his unease. "What do you mean?" Hatha took a deep breath, choosing his words carefully. "There are aspects of my existence, my heritage, which could impact our child. I need to ensure that they are safe, that we are prepared for any possibilities." Elara placed a reassuring hand on his cheek. "We've faced so much together already, Hatha. Whatever comes, we'll handle it together." Her unwavering support was a balm to his ancient soul. Hatha nodded, feeling a renewed sense of determination. He had weathered countless storms across the ages, and this would be no different. The joy of this new life, their child, would be the guiding light. As the evening settled around them, Hatha and Elara sat together, sharing dreams of their future. Hatha's fears lingered in the corners of his mind, but for now, he allowed himself to bask in the simple, profound joy of impending parenthood. The echo of eternity had led him to this moment, and he was ready to face whatever it brought, hand in hand with the woman he loved. As the evening shadows deepened and the moon cast its silvery glow through the windows, Hatha and Elara sat together on the couch, lost in their own thoughts. The room was filled with a peaceful silence, but the weight of unspoken truths lingered between them. Hatha glanced at Elara, her face illuminated by the soft light, and his heart ached with love and a twinge of fear. Elara knew nothing of Hatha's true nature. To her, he was a brilliant historian with an uncanny knack for bringing the past to life. They had met during his time as a graduate student, both immersed in their shared passion for history. Hatha had chosen to pursue a master's degree, a decision that allowed him to delve deeper into human culture and experiences. Elara had been captivated by his knowledge and his ability to recount historical events with such vivid detail, It felt as if he had lived through them himself. Their mutual love for history had drawn him together, and Elara had found herself mesmerized by Hatha's stories. She admired his wisdom, his calm demeanor, and the way he seemed to understand the human experience on a profound level. Yet, she also noticed the moments when he would stare off into the distance, his eyes distant and unfocused, as if he were gazing beyond the veil of time itself. During those times, he seemed so far away, lost in the particles of the universe. But her gentle touch, a simple caress of his hand or a soft word, always brought him back to her. Tonight, however, she saw something different in his eyes, a mixture of worry and excitement that she couldn't quite decipher. His words about his heritage and existence had a weight on him, a depth she couldn't fully grasp. She knew there was more to Hatha than he revealed, layers of mystery that remained unexplored. Hatha, she began softly, her voice breaking the silence, what did you mean earlier about your heritage and existence? You sounded different. Hatha sighed, his mind racing to find a way to explain without revealing too much. Elara, there are things about me that are complicated, things that I haven't shared with you. It's not because I don't trust you, but because some aspects of my past are beyond human understanding. Elara frowned slightly but nodded. I trust you, Hatha. I always have. Whatever it is, we'll face it together. Her unwavering support gave Hatha the courage to continue, albeit cautiously. Thank you, Elara. Just know that whatever happens, my priority is to protect you and our child. There are forces and powers in this world and beyond that are difficult to explain, but I will do everything in my power to ensure our family's safety. Elara squeezed his hand, a gesture of solidarity. I believe you, Hatha. And I love you. I love you too, Hatha replied, his voice filled with emotion. He pulled her closer, feeling the warmth of her body against his. Despite the uncertainty that lay ahead, he found solace in her presence. As they sat together, the magnitude of what lay ahead settled over Hatha. The joy of impending fatherhood was tempered by the potential dangers of his primordial essence. He knew he had to tread carefully, to shield his family from the echoes of his true nature. But for now, he allowed himself to revel in the simple, profound happiness of this moment. Elara, sensing the complexity of his emotions but not fully understanding, chose to focus on the joy of their news. She knew that whatever secrets Hatha held, his love for her and their unborn child was genuine. She resolved to support him, to stand by him as they ventured into this new chapter of their lives. For tonight, they would celebrate their growing family, leaving the mysteries of the cosmos and the shadows of Hatha's past for another day. Together, they would face the future, hand in hand, united by love and the promise of new beginnings.
Are you ready for an epic journey through space and time? Discover the universe like never before in Primordial Bonds, a Cosmic Odyssey, Act 1, Scene 1. To drive into this thrilling adventure, click the link in the description below to find my book on Amazon. Happy reading.